テレ東
Biz.
Could you please briefly introduce yourself? Are you a Hamas official?
I am Khalid Qaddoumi. I am the representative of Hamas in Iran and a member of the Office of Arab and Islamic Relations of the movement.
Why are you in Iran?
I'm working, and this is one type of the political relation between Hamas and many countries. We have offices, we call it representation office. So we are introduced to the all decision makers in the country. We talk to the people, we appear in the media, we have our own media activities, political activities, we have cultural activities with the youngsters, with the boys and girls over here, and we do some academic activities and awareness among the people. And this is happening in many other countries other than Iran.
Hamas is called a terrorist organization by some countries. So is Hamas a terrorist?
First of all, we are not terrorist organization. We are a freedom fighter. We are a national liberation movement. We have gained the trust of our people in different fields, in the union elections, in the municipal elections, and in the government election in 2006. We emerged victorious in a transparent public process of democracy, and the prime minister was the chairman of Hamas, his brother Ismail Haniyeh. And then till moment, when you go for the opinion poll among the Palestinian people, the most popular personality among the Palestinian in West Bank and in Gaza and in diaspora will be Ismail Haniyeh. And this is not me saying that, it is the masses of the people. Second thing, Hamas is not a political party only. Hamas is a current among the youngsters, among the nations, in all over the Muslim world, and many of the friend countries in the world. That is one. Second thing, I mean, who has designated us as a terrorist organization? It's either our enemy or maybe the Americans. I am condemning with all meanings of words, to the depth of my heart, to those accusations from the American. And for the European, I feel very pity for them, because they change their decision every 6 months. Sometimes we are good people, and in the next 6 months, the European Union decide, oh, the military wing is terrorist, but the political people are good. Then they say, no, it's the whole Hamas. They are all terrorists. So there is no institution, and there is no common ground.
Why does Hamas hate Israel?
Do you think that when we talk about the right to self-determination, and we talk about history, and we talk about the decision of the political future of any nation, does the thing related really to something emotional only? Is it something hate or love? I mean, we have some Palestinian fellows who are married to an Israeli fellows. So it's not something relevant to the emotions only. It is something relevant to the realities and facts. It's been 75 years now, a continuation massacres from Israeli sides against our people. Let me start from the beginning and allow me over here to elaborate. In 1948, when Israel came into being, before Israel, there was a stable rationality, I am saying, rationally speaking, there was a stable and settled situation in a country by name of Palestine, and it was registered in the League of Nations by the name of Palestine. All of a sudden, we received some different entity that it happens, they name it Israel, and they waged a war. They swiped more than 600 villages from the map. They did a real Holocaust against our people inside Palestine. We do not hate human beings. We hate the behavior of that state. Behavior, there's nothing personal between us and Israelis. It's not like that, I don't like his face or he doesn't like my face. It happens that they stole our land. They killed our children. Before the flood of Al-Aqsa, groups of those settlers, Israeli settlers, which to some people they like to call them civilians, which they are not civilians because they have arms, they are trained for 2 years on the military training. They caught a 17 years old youngster who was coming out from his house at dawn time. They made him compulsory to drink petrol and they burned him. And look at it even more than this. In many interviews with the children of Israel, especially who are taking a religious education, they are very cute and innocent, but also they are straightforward and explicit. So when that correspondent lady, I think it was from one of the American media outlet, she was asking those boys and girls, children, Israeli children, what do you think? Do the Palestinians have the right to exist? They explicitly and straightforward was saying, with all cuteness, they were saying, no, we have to burn them to hell. This is what Israeli government is educating their children about the Palestinian. This is how it is over there. So it's not the matter of personal traits. We hate to the depth of our heart the crimes being perpetrated by Israeli governments against our children, our girls, our mosques, our churches, our hospitals, our infrastructure, our life. You know,
Why did Hamas attack Israel on October 7?
well, see, October 7 was a result. It wasn't an initiation of a process. It was a result of a continuous, brutal attack by the Israelis for the last 75 years, and also against our people over there, and also the complete silence of the international community in front of those crimes against our people. You know, the resistance is a reaction in front of a big action of crime. The biggest crime for humanity is a crime against freedom. That is the occupation. And you know, the only occupation forces we have after the Second World War is Israel. And the only occupied people or living nation beneath occupation in this world is the Palestinian people. So Tufan al-Aqsa is a response to the continuous atrocities of Israel, to the continuous silence and blindness of international community, to the continuous helplessness. Can you imagine that such entity, which is an apartheid, racist, brutal criminal entity, they are challenging the international community, and so to follow the flood of Al-Aqsa is the end result, the rational result to defend ourselves. You know, internationally, we have two tracks. Either the diplomatic or political track. We do not love for the blood to be shed. Both sides. We are humans. But on the other hand, according to the international law, if those so-called peaceful maneuvers and the political solutions fail to produce a just result, then it is an integral right for the people who are living beneath occupation to defend themselves with all available means, peaceful and non-peaceful means. This is the right of the Palestinian to go for the flood of Al-Aqsa. This is a reaction of the Palestinian people who were snatched the right of life to defend themselves in front of those brutality and crimes of Israel.
So now, Hamas took women and small children and old people hostage. Why is this?
We don't have children as a so and I challenge if there is any proof over that. These are fabricated stories. Then the hostages we are having, who are non-Israelis, they are our guests. The existing situation, we are in a war, and this is not an innovation for Hamas by Hamas. This is also the custom of the war. When the war is finished or the situation is suitable, we will return them safe and sound to their homes without exchange, without any demand, without any condition for the non-Israelis or non-combating fellows, males and females. But again, I'm reiterating, we don't have children among the hostages, and unfortunately, we carry their responsibilities to be safe, but we cannot guarantee their life because of the continuous bombardment of Israelis. And I believe, according to the spokesperson of Al Qassam Brigade yesterday, around about 60 out of them has been killed by the Israeli army bombardments and air raids over Gaza, because they randomly bombarded the residential areas, the other places, everywhere. They done devastated destruction in the infrastructure inside the civilian dwelled areas.
So now, so many civilians are dying in Gaza. So what are your thoughts on this situation?
Well, there are many civilians are dying everywhere, and the only responsible for that is the reason of those deaths is the Israeli occupation. We are feeling sorry because we love our children, because we love our family, we love peace. But this is, as I have said, and I am reiterating, it's a compulsory track on us. It's not a choice. This war has been imposed on us because of the continuation of the occupation forces.
How long do you think this fight will last?
That is, I mean, left to the oppressors to finish their own oppression, and to the goals of Palestinian people to be achieved for a viable, respectful life.
Okay, so do you think Hamas can win this fight?
We have already won this thing in different levels. On the narrative level, you are witnessing that the masses of the globe are in the streets today chanting against the Israeli brutality.